Good morning, Captain Matt Edwards, retired here with another short video. Today's video is brought to you by the Trump Light bully in Ontario, Doug Ford. Now, Doug Ford, I predicted this, by the way. Doug Ford brought in a law to restrict the number of seats in the Toronto councillors. Now, to me, that seemed arbitrary. Arbitrary laws are not allowed in a common law democracy. So along comes Ford, who says, this is the will of the people. Well, Dougie, did you campaign on a platform that said, and I don't know this, but I'm assuming you didn't because you seem to be an idiot. Did you campaign on a platform of, if you elect me, I will reduce the number of seats in Toronto? Now, you show me that you campaigned on that, then you have a mandate from the electorate. However, is it arbitrary? Okay, arbitrary laws in a constitutional democracy are not permitted. You can't get elected and then say, I'm going to do this because I got elected. Now that seems to be the premise that Trump and Ford seem to be going with, that because I got into power by some strange quirk of fate, then I can do whatever the hell I please. Now, in a common law democracy, we have judges that are there to oversee the elected clowns that we sometimes elect. And in Newfoundland, for example, we had a well-known mayor that became a civil servant later called Andy Wells. And in the Andy Wells Supreme Court of Canada case, they talked about the government cannot use its whim instead of its word. And that was because they got rid of his job because they didn't like him and they had to pay compensation as a result. They could pass a law to do it, but they had to compensate him for that damage. Well, in this particular case, I would ask, what in the hell business is it to the province of Ontario to interfere with municipal politics? And then I would point out that there's an additional cost to the taxpayer and an additional cost to the democracy of Canada because he's created a constitutional crisis by trying to invoke the notwithstanding clause. So not only is he causing a problem now, but in 5 years' time, he might be out of power. But in 5 years' time, the same thing has to come up again because that's the way the notwithstanding clause works.